Today I'm going to show you how I crocheted these really cute Christmas mug rugs or coasters. The middle section of both of these are crocheted exactly the same, so I'm just going to show you how I did one of them. And then the borders are a little bit different. This one has more of a plain border, and this one over here has more of a frilly, lacy type border. So it's up to you which one you prefer. Color combinations are pretty endless. I've just used green and red here, but I have another one. This one is larger though, and this one is with white and red border, or I have one here with a green one with a white border, white with a green border. And I also have another video out there where I crocheted some coasters without borders that had the red and white striping in the corner to corner. So if you like this style, changing colors within the middle section, just check out one of my other videos that I have, and I've done those, but they're a little larger. This one here is a 4x4. 1, 2, 3, 4 by 4. This one over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 6. This one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 5. Originally these were crocheted to go without a border, and then I decided to try some different border combinations on these. The 4x4 size I find works really well. Here's my cup of tea that I'm working on right now. Fits on there nicely. But if you want something that's a little bit larger, so here's a 5x5, that's up to you. So I hope you enjoy following along in this tutorial today. You find it easy to follow. And let's get started. For this project, I'm going to use Bernat Handicrafter cotton yarn. It has a weight of 4. The green I'm using is called Emerald, and the red is called Red. You can use any type of cotton yarn that you like. It should all work fine, just as long as it's a weight of 4. I'm also using a 5mm crochet hook. The square that we're going to make is a 4x4 square. So we can see 4 blocks or 4 tiles wide by 4 high. If you know how to do corner to corner, then just go ahead and make a square that's 4x4. If you don't know how to do it, then follow along in the instructions with me, and I will go through each part of this square with you. I'm only going to show how to crochet this red one. The green one is done exactly the same, except just with a different color. So let's get started. Okay, we'll start with a slip knot. And we'll chain 6. In your third chain, put your finger on there. So I've got 6 on my chain, my finger's on my third one, because that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4th chain from the hook. And in that chain, we're going to do a double crochet. In our next chain, the 5th one from the hook, we'll do a double crochet. And in the 6th chain from the hook, we'll put a double crochet. So you should have a block that looks like this. So just going to turn your work this way. We're going to do another chain 6, and I'm going to put my finger on the 3rd chain again. So 1, 2, 3. Put my finger there, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to do a double crochet in that chain where my finger was. That's the 4th one from the hook, in the 5th one from the hook, and in our 6th chain. Now you should have 2 blocks that look like this. So over on this first block at the very top, you should see a space that was formed by the 3 chains that we did not do a double crochet in, so it's a chain 3 space. We're just going to slip stitch in there. So that has joined our 2 blocks together. So now we're going to chain 3. And right here where we slip stitched in, we're going to do 3 double crochets. So now your work should look like this. We'll just turn it to this side again. So it looks like that. We're going to do a chain 6. I'm going to put my finger on that 3rd chain and a double crochet in the chain that my finger was on. So that's my 4th chain. Then we'll do 5th chain and 6th chain. So double crochet in each of those. Now we'll come over to this square right here, and we can see we have our chain 3 space. So we're just going to slip stitch in there. Chain 3. And then we'll do 3 double crochet in that same chain 3 space. We're going to join this block with this one over here, and again we can find a chain 3 space right there. So we'll slip stitch into that space. Then we're going to chain 3 and do 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space. So if we look at our block, we can see that we are 1, 2, 3 blocks along this side, 1, 2, 3 blocks along this side. Our square has to be 4 by 4, so we're almost there. So we're going to turn our work first. So our work is facing this way. We're going to chain 6. Put your finger on that 3rd chain. So we're going to put a double crochet in that 4th, 5th, and 6th chain from the hook, starting with the one your thumb was on. We'll find that chain 3 space, and we're going to slip stitch in there. Chain 3, and then we'll do 3 double crochet in that chain 3 space. So we're going to come over to this block, find our chain 3 space, slip stitch, chain 3, and then do 3 double crochet in that chain 3 space. We're going to find our next block over, our chain 3 space. We'll slip stitch in there. We're going to chain 3 and then do 3 double crochet in that chain 3 space. Now if we look at this side, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So we don't want to increase anymore. Now we're going to start our decreasing. We'll look at this side, 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. So we want a 4 by 4. So we're going to turn our work, and we can see 1, 2, 3 double crochets the top of our 3 double crochets. So we're going to slip stitch into each of those. So slip stitch in the first one, in our second one, and in the third one. Now we can see we have our chain 3 space right there. We're going to slip stitch in there, and now chain 3. Okay, so we're going to put a block here by doing 3 double crochet. We're going to join this block over here by slip stitching into our chain 3 space. Chain 3. And then 3 double crochet in that space. Slip stitch into this chain 3 space here. Chain 3. And do 3 double crochet. So our final block over here, we're just going to slip stitch. We're not going to build another block there. What we're going to do is we're going to turn our work. And we can see our 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3. We're just going to do a slip stitch into the top of those. Okay, so now we're going to do a slip stitch into our chain 3 space. We're going to do another block, so we start with a chain 3, 3 double crochet into that chain 3 space, come over here to our next block, and we're going to slip stitch into this chain 3 space. We'll chain 3 and put another set of 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space. Slip stitch into this chain 3 space over here, our last block. And so now we're going to turn our work. You can see our 3 double crochet. We're just going to slip stitch into those. Now we can see we've just got one more block to make. So right here in this chain 3 space, we're going to slip stitch, chain 3, and put 3 double crochet into that chain 3 space. And we're going to join the block over by slip stitching into this chain 3 space. And I'm just going to cut my yarn about right there. Pull that through the loop. And so now we have our square that's 4 by 4, 4 blocks by 4 blocks. So we can count our blocks: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are 4 by 4. Now we just need to weave in the ends. Get this task out of the way before we do our border. So put the yarn on a yarn needle. So if you can see by my needle, I've just kind of woven it in through the middle of those stitches. We can't see it on that side, just on this side. Pull that through. Then maybe I'll come up this way. And I'm going to come along here, just so under some of the red stitches. Then I'm going to go back the way that I just came, but I'm not going to go right under that same stitch. I'm just going to go under this one here, because I didn't go under that one before, just to make sure it doesn't follow me back. And I undo what I've just done. So I like to go back the way that I came. Maybe as far as there. Because it's a coaster, it's probably not going to get agitated too much. There should be no problem for these ends to stay in. Oops, this is not going to work too well if my yarn isn't all the way through. So I like to go in lots of different directions. People say that in at least 3 directions is a good idea when you're weaving in your ends. When I go one way, then I always go back the same way I've come. Maybe not all the way back, but I think I'm going to leave that there. And just snip it. If you snip pretty close, but don't touch your work, and give it a little tug, then when you release it, it should just go back in. So now we're ready to put on the border. Okay, now we're ready to put the border on this red one. We're going to start with foundation border row, just to give us something to work on. I always like to tie my yarn. It's up to you. I just put like a half knot in there. So we're just going to yarn over, pull through a loop, chain 1, and then I'm going to single crochet in that same space. So I started between any set of tiles on either side. So now I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to go between our next set of tiles, or next set of blocks, and then we're going to do a single crochet in there, chain 2. In our corner section over here, there's a chain 3 space, so I'm going to single crochet in there, chain 3, and then I'm going to single crochet in that same space. chain 2. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do a single crochet between these two tiles. Chain 2, single crochet between these two tiles. Chain 2, single crochet over here between these two tiles or blocks. Chain 2, then we're at this corner, chain 3 space, you can see it. So we're going to do a single crochet in there, chain 3, single crochet in that same space. Chain 2, and then we'll go between our next set of blocks or tiles. Chain 2, and we'll do another single crochet. So we'll continue that all the way around till we get back over here to the beginning. So it's just this 2 chains and a single crochet between each set of blocks. And then when you get to your corner, you're going to do a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. Let's meet back over here. Okay, I've made it around with my first foundation row from my border, just ready to join it. So I've done a single crochet between these two blocks, chain 2, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the first single crochet made, chain 1, then we're going to do a half double crochet in that same space. In this chain 2 space, we're going to do 2 half double crochets. In our single crochet, we're going to do a half double crochet. In our chain 2 space, we'll put 2 half double crochets. And in our next single crochet, we'll put a half double crochet. So we're at the corner here, so we're going to put 3 half double crochets in the corner. And then we're just going to continue the same pattern all the way around. In this single crochet, we'll put 1 half double crochet, then we'll put 2 half double crochets in the chain 2 space. So we'll continue that all the way around till we're back at the beginning, then we'll meet back here. So I finished that round, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the top of that first half double crochet I made. Just fasten off the yarn, pull it through, you just have to weave in the ends, and this coaster is finished with this style of a border. So we'll start our border. We'll do a foundation row. So I always like to tie my yarn on. It's up to you if you do that. So just bring your hook through, yarn over, pull back a loop, chain 1, then I'm going to single crochet in that same space, chain 2, we're going to do a single crochet between our next set of blocks or tiles right here, chain 2, we're at a corner. There is no chain 3 space over there, so we're just going to go into that corner space, single crochet, chain 3, and then single crochet back in the same space. Chain 2, and we're going to come over here between our next set of blocks, and we're going to do a single crochet, chain 2, go between our next set of blocks and do a single crochet, chain 2, find our next set of blocks, do a single crochet, chain 2, we're at our corner. So So we'll do a single crochet in there, chain 3, and a single crochet. Chain 2, single crochet between our next set of blocks. So we'll continue doing that all the way around till we get back here, then we'll meet. I'm back at the beginning. I've done my single crochet between these 2 blocks, chain 2, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that first single crochet. Chain 1. In that same space, just going to do a single crochet. In our next chain 2 space, I'm going to do 2 single crochets. Then in our single crochet, I'm going to do a single crochet. In our next chain 2 space, I'm going to do 2 single crochet. In the single crochet space, I'll do a single crochet. Now in our chain 3 space on the corner, I'm going to do 3 single crochet. So just continue that all the way around. Where you see single crochet, do 1 single crochet over it. In the chain 2 space, do 2 single crochet. When you get to your corner, do 3 single crochets in the corner. Continue that all the way around and we'll meet back over here at the beginning. I'm just finishing this round and I'm going to slip stitch to the top of that first single crochet. Now I'm going to chain 4. So that first chain took the place of a single crochet. We're going to skip our next single crochet and then we're going to single crochet into the top of the next one. Chain 3, skip the next single crochet, single crochet in the top of our next single crochet. So we're just going to continue that all the way around. Chain 3, skip a single crochet, and then single crochet into that next one. So just continue that all the way around until we get back to the beginning. Just coming to the end of this row. So I'm going to chain 3, and then I'm going to slip stitch into that same space I made that slip stitch in the row before. So I'm just going to snip my yarn, pull it through, and I'm ready to weave in the ends. Our mug rugs or coasters are finished. I really hope you enjoyed following along in this tutorial. You found it easy to follow. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel so you can follow along with some of my other videos. So have a great day and happy crocheting!